Everyone, welcome back to my channel. We have survived another episode of Riverdale this week. Season 3, episode 3, As Far So Below, As Below So Far, something like that. It was a good episode and nobody had a seizure, so thank goodness. I'm gonna make this recap quick tonight because I have got work at dark early tomorrow and I need to get to bed. Tonight, I'm just gonna go by each narrative and each character and what really is going on, rather than going in order. Archie, we start off with Archie and his storyline in the jail, which, to be honest, and not because I'm a Bughead shipper, but just because I just don't enjoy the prison scenes. I think they're hard to follow and they're confusing, and I don't really know what lies ahead for Archie. He's very bloody this whole time and I don't do gore, so I was like, I hope you're okay. Like, I couldn't. Look, he's some sort of entertainer. I think the warden is kind of a pervert. I don't really know. However, at the end, spoiler alert, he just comes to his buddies out in the weightlifting field and he's like, we're breaking out. And I was like, thank God. We need more of the core four together. The jail thing is really not working for me, so good deal. Then we go to Veronica. Miss Veronica has now officially opened her speakeasy, which is like hot and sexy. It is gorgeous down there, which I don't really know if it matches the vibe. It's very random. I don't know, but it is really cool down there. I love it. They mentioned in a couple interviews before season 3 had come out that there may be a relationship that interferes with Veronica and Archie. And I think we kind of see that starting with Reggie, which, my God, please call them Veggie, because that would be fantastic. But you can kind of see that happening, and hashtag it's in real life too. So I would love to see them together on TV. I think that would be fun for at least a little bit, like Varchi Endgame, of course, but it would be fun to see. It would be fun to see that. But then Penny Peabody pays her a visit. She's like, do you want protection? And I was just confused because it's either like, I felt like it was like South Side, Penny Peabody, North Side, Jughead. Like those are the two like gang leaders, I guess. So the fact that Veronica's like, oh, protection. I'm like, well, don't you have that from Jughead and the Serpents? I don't know. I don't really know what that dynamic is all about, but I hope she just doesn't entertain that at all, because that would be not good. I mean, like, you're staring into the person who, like, tried to kill your best friend's boyfriend, like, just, you know, it's just not necessary. And then she opens the speakeasy. It's really cool. Thank God when Kevin Keller, Casey Cott, said, as long as I get to sing sometimes, thank goodness, because Riverdale writers, we are getting a disservice by not letting Casey Cott sing, because he really is freaking amazing. But then she opens the speakeasy and her dad's like, hey, just trying to drop by. Proud of you, daughter. Here's a painting of you that I used to be over my desk and now it's yours. So can I come in? And she's like, sure. And he comes in and Reggie watches him and then he leaves early, and that's kind of that. Veronica finds out that he has drugs being made in the basement of the White Worm. And then he cleans it up, and that's kind of that. I think that was a one episode thing. Moving on though, we move over to, of course, the Bughead, Jughead and Betty, teaming up, fantastic duo. And they are trying to shake down both the game situation and the farm situation, because I'm pretty sure they're connected somehow. So, Jughead and Betty go talk to Ethel, who's now out of the hospital. She is weirder than weird. But, like, the way Jughead talks to her, though, and, like, coaxes her, like, hey, you okay? Like, I would be like, yeah. It was so cute. Ethel says that you're worthy, Betty, you ain't, and you're gonna come play the game with me, which I was like, you have to remember that Jughead's easily swayed by literally everything, so let's just be careful. And then Betty's like, well, you got that one, so I get Evelyn Evernever, who, again, weirder than weird. I can't. Why? Jughead goes to the bunker, which, by the way, Betty and Jughead were sleeping together in the bunker, which, thank you, writers, for a little bit of some Bughead lovin'. However, that's a really weird place. You swear there's nowhere else? Like, I'm sure that, like, you could do it somewhere else. I bet you Pops is a good spot. I don't know. It's really, like, but anyways, so Jughead goes down there to play the game with Ethel. shout out to Cole Sprouse. This acting is incredible down there. The way he plays it is like very, I really, really want the answers, but you're freaking me the hell out. And like, it was really good. I loved the acting. The acting was good. And then she's like, you gotta drink out of these 2 cups. And I was like, no, you're not gonna do it. And then he's like, bottoms up. And instead of being like, he's just like, hey, gone. And then he feels fine and everything's fine. He has blue lips for the rest of the episode. I guess we are gonna be seeing a lot more of Ethel, which you know what that means. It means season 3 of Stranger Things. I don't think Barb's coming back ever. She's busy. But then we go to Betty, who is trying to shake it down with the farm. She joins this peer mentor group, which is apparently not very popular with the school yet. However, I feel like it will gain some traction, unfortunately. Evelyn is weird, and she's like, do you want some pizza? And I'm so glad Betty was not like, yes, because surely it's laced with some doo-doo. But she comes home to her house, and the farmer, no, what do they call them? The farmies are there. And they're like, you can make your first testimony. And she's like, okay, cool, what do you want to know? And they're like, well, you've been through so much, you know, dead bodies, the wig, webcamming. It was like, oh my gosh, like, her mom is a shady BB. Like, what? Why has she told them all of this crap? I was mad. I was like, why? And Betty's like, what? And then she goes off the railings a little bit, and she's like, what about you? And what about Edgar Evernever? And what about this? And what about that? And then they talk about the game, and her mom freaks out, and because she knew about the game too. And so now Betty's starting to put the pieces together, and she's like, what? How do you know about the game? This is really weird. But anyways, I got a hot date at the speakeasy, so I'm gonna peace out. She looks incredible at the speakeasy. She meets up with Jughead. I hope Jughead filled her in on like everything that happened down in the bunker. Oh, which by the way, Ethel, you know, poisoned herself, and he had to take her to the hospital, and she like grabbed his hand. I mean, good for you, Ethel, because like I would do it too, but like, ugh. But I hope he told her everything. But I was worried he was gonna say like, hey, I almost drank poison, but I didn't. But then she's like, no, you still have blue lips. And I'm like, that's endearing. That's nice. But we finished the episode with Jughead and Betty coming home to the trailer, and FP and Alice like freaking out at them because they have this manual to the game. And we have finally alluded that yes, the parents played it at one point, and they're freaked out. And then he's like, boy, you've been playing it. And they like has the blue lips, and he's like, oh my gosh. It's this horrible thing. They run outside, FP burns it, and they're like, what are you hiding? And it sounds like we're gonna find out what they're hiding next week, because next week is the flashback episode. I am so stoked. All of the release pictures that they have put out there, they look good. At the end, Ethel sees the Gargoyle King. He's like chilling in the hospital, and she's like, I spread the gospel, and everyone now has the manual to this book. It's very weird. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot my hat. I was gonna wear my hat for this. Oh well. Oh my god, I look like a little boy. I look like a little skater boy, don't I? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I look like a skater boy. Oh my god, that's too funny. I can't do it. He next week seems really cool. The cast looks so much like their parents and the older actors. My gosh, it's gonna be really cool. However, it looks like Alice and Fred got together and are like making out, which I'm like, wait, I really wanted a peek into like the FP Alice romance, so I don't really get that at all, but that would make a really interesting plot point. So that'll be interesting. I cannot wait for next week. Please, please, please make sure that you are typing down below and telling me what you thought of this episode. This episode was really like informative yet low-key, which I enjoyed. If you enjoy these recaps every week, please let me know. Mostly I just do it for myself because I love Riverdale so much, and my boyfriend is sick of talking about it with me. So I needed to talk to someone. So talking to all of you, let me know if you like this. Check out my other recaps for the past episodes, and get ready for next week's, in addition to all my other YouTube videos that I put out. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, please, oh please. And have a fantastic week. I'll see you next week, and Toodles, poodles, and see ya, serpents. I know it's a bad catchphrase, I know, but just deal with it, okay? If you think of something else, let me know. It's bad, I know. Sorry, I was eating nuts.